How do you stay disciplined in your business if you suffer from anxiety? How do you stay motivated in your business if you suffer from anxiety? If anxiety is blocking you from staying disciplined, staying motivated, and you literally get into deep, dark places where you feel like you can't get out of that hole to get your business moving, this episode is for you. In today's episode of Slay Online Sales, I'm going to break down the different stages of anxiety and performance anxiety that's stopping you from having the success that you want. Just because you have anxiety does not mean that your business won't be successful. In fact, I'm type 2 bipolar, suffer from anxiety, severe anxiety, suffer from panic attacks, and have a multiple seven-figure successful business. Now, I have to say this, I'm not a doctor, I don't have a degree, I just have experience in this. So I'm gonna share my experience and what I've found. But I also have a therapist and a psychiatrist that I am seeing weekly, and I suggest if you are really suffering from anxiety and depression that you please get with a medical doctor. Anxiety is like an emotional roller coaster, right? And I've gotta be honest with you, it's so exhausting. But when you can actually become aware of the anxiety, how you react to certain situations, you can take back that control immediately. I know what you're thinking. Okay, Marina, but let's throw in the momming, throw in the business, throw in the house cleaning, throw in the being a good partner, being a good spouse, and self-care. And all of those things that I just said literally are making your heart palpitate, and you're taking these deep breaths and you're like, I'm gonna throw up, that's it, I'm done. You're throwing in the towel, right? Take a deep breath. That shutdown mode, I wanna help you avoid by becoming aware of the different stages of performance anxiety. And I want you to know that it's totally okay that you have performance anxiety. In fact, my therapist had to give me permission to be okay with getting so nervous before I go on stage that I throw up every time. Yeah, you heard me. I legit will throw up before I go on stage. Here's something I want you to know too. In 2020, I was postpartum. Everything was going on new in the world. I'm not gonna say what, because you already know, right? I was having panic attacks before showing up on my video, before I was putting content out there, before I was even talking to my team. So I know what it feels like to be shut down and not be able to take steps forward in your business. I can't wait to help you with some tips today. I want you to hear me though. You are flawed, and that's okay. It's okay to be flawed. That's what makes you unique, and that's what helps us grow. If you were perfect, you would be boring. Just know that. The first big step of getting rid of performance anxiety is becoming aware of it and how you react. And so I'm gonna take you through an exercise that I do every time I'm going to present something, I'm going to show up in any instance on social media. By the way, if you find any value at any time during this video, during this podcast, during this episode, please feel free to screenshot it, share it in your Instagram stories, and tag me or shoot me a message and let me know how this inspired you. It really feeds my soul, and it helps me to not be so nervous when I start talking about being bipolar and having the anxiety as an entrepreneur. See, even you can feed me back. I appreciate you. So the stages. Let's become aware of performance anxiety. 1, stop obsessing over your appearance. If you find yourself obsessing about what you look like when you show up, you won't show up if you don't have makeup on. Oh my gosh, you have a zit. FYI, I've been going live with no makeup, with my hormonal acne that's been breaking out, and without having my hair done and without having makeup on. Why? Because I had to become aware that I was obsessing over my appearance. So ask yourself that question right now. Are you obsessing over your appearance before you go live, before you do a reel, or before you do any kind of presentation for your team or prospects? Number 2, when you are showing up, what are some of the signs of anxiety that you're having during the presentation that are blocking you from moving forward and finding that success? When you are live, do you feel like people are judging you? Do you feel like they're like, oh, she's not an expert, she doesn't know what she's talking about? Are you obsessing over being judged? Or while you're performing, you're like, nobody's gonna buy from me, this is pointless, oh, nobody's needs what I have, and you're waiting for the rejection, that is you perseverating, which means paying too much attention and focusing on the wrong thing. So that's the kind of energy you're going to put out there. And then you're going to have that anxiety, so you're not going to take the next step. So become aware of what you're thinking and the thoughts that you're having while you're performing. And the last thing to become aware of is, how are you talking to yourself after you've performed an income-producing activity? Did that reel, did that live video, or did that presentation, or did whatever you were doing to try to grow your business? Were you comparing yourself to other leaders? Were you so critical on the way you spoke and how perfect you weren't? Because you are giving yourself that anxiety for no reason. You're blocking yourself for no reason. So become aware of these 3 stages on how you're performing. And I want you to swat them out of the air. Every time you have that thought, swat it. Every time you're thinking something bad about yourself, swat it. You chose this industry. You chose this side hustle for a reason. Why? That's what you need to focus on. And then the anxieties, you'll start to learn how to control them and swat them out of the way. I hope this was helpful for you. Listen, make sure you follow, you leave a comment, turn the notifications on, listen to my podcast, do all the things. But the most important thing is, let me know what you got out of this episode, because I truly want to make sure that I can show up for you in the best way that I possibly can. And if you tell me you want more on anxiety, you want more on working your business as a mompreneur that's stressing out and whatever you need, I want to be here to serve you. I appreciate you. Thank you for always supporting me, and I'll see you guys next week.